welcome to Empowered PT with Dr. E. Today I'm going to teach you some non-weight bearing strengthening exercises that you can do to help to strengthen your hips. So I generally like to start people in the non-weight bearing position, particularly if you are having hip pain with standing and walking. I like you to be able to start with some exercises that are not going to increase your pain, particularly if we're trying to calm down the area that is inflamed. So I'm going to teach you a few exercises that are very effective from the lying down position. So you can either perform these on a bed or on the floor if you're able to get up and down off of the floor easily. But don't worry, if your bed is soft, you can still perform these exercises. All right, so let's get started. So the first one I'm going to teach you, you're going to need either a squishy ball or you can take a pillow and fold the pillow in half. So what we're going to do is we're going to start lying on your back, and you're going to place that pillow or ball between your thighs. So you want it to be just above the knee joint. And then you're going to press the knees into the ball. And as you squeeze the thighs into the ball, you're going to straighten one leg. You're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Squeeze into the ball again with the thighs, and then lift the opposite leg. Now, if you can flex the toes toward you, you'll get a little bit more activation in that thigh muscle, the quadricep. And we're gonna alternate sides, flexing those toes toward you and holding that contraction. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you should feel this exercise on the top of the thighs. Okay, so you can start with 5 on each side, building up to 10 repetitions, and eventually to 15 and 20. All right, so that's the first exercise. So that is an adduction squeeze with knee extension. The other exercise I want to show you is a hip extension. So for this exercise, you'll be lying on your stomach, and I think it is most helpful to let your ankles hang off of the edge of the table, and you want to keep everything else nice and flat and relaxed. So if you're propped up on your elbows like this, you're going to activate your back muscles, and I really want those back muscles to relax during this exercise. So you are going to tighten your bottom together, and then you're going to lift one leg up off the table. And each time before you lift, you're going to tighten your tush, and the goal is to see if you can hold that leg up off the table for 2 to 3 seconds as you lift. Now, if you feel any discomfort in the back, any strain as you lift the leg, if you just take a little pillow and put that right underneath of the pelvis, then you should feel that that helps to alleviate the stress on the low back. Okay, so again, doing what feels challenging for you in terms of the repetitions. You can start with 5, progress to 10, 15, 20. You can also add an ankle weight or a resistance band around the ankles to make that exercise more challenging. So that is hip extension. The next one I want to show you is hip abduction. So you're going to lie on your side here, and you can either support your head or you can just relax it completely down on the pillow, whatever feels better for you. I'm gonna elevate mine just so I can see you better. So you're gonna bend the bottom knee and bring that knee up toward the chest. And the reason for doing that is to make sure that your back stays nice and neutral. So you don't want that hip rotating open. So I'm gonna have you then bring that leg on top, the leg that's straight, you're gonna bring it back slightly at a diagonal, still focusing on keeping the hip bone facing forward. And it helps sometimes to put your hand right there just to make sure. Then we're gonna lift the leg up at the diagonal with the toes pointing toward the floor and lower down. So this exercise is very effective at strengthening the gluteus medius muscle on the outside of the hip and bringing that leg back slightly behind you at a diagonal and leading with the heel up toward the ceiling are nice little details that really help to isolate that muscle. Okay, and again, the same progressions for this, increasing your repetitions, putting a weight on the ankle or a resistance band around the ankles can also make this exercise more challenging. The other exercise I want to show you is to strengthen the adductors. So for this exercise, you'll straighten the bottom leg. You're going to flex the toes toward you. Again, if it's more comfortable for you to stay lying down, you can do that. You're going to put one hand in front of you, and then you're going to lift the bottom leg up and down, and you're flexing the toes and lifting from the heel. Holding a second or two and lowering back down, nice and controlled. Good. Now it's important that when you do these exercises, you do them nice and slowly. You know, I see clients at the gym all the time just flying through the repetitions. So if you're using momentum to lift your leg and you're not holding it at the top for those 2 to 3 seconds, you're not going to get nearly the benefit that you will if you are slow and controlled in your movements. So make sure that you are focusing on good form and good control through the movements, and that you're performing these exercises anywhere from 10 repetitions, working your way up to 3 sets of 10, and focusing on getting them in 3 times a week. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.